I'm talking about Nestle, the biggest consumer goods company in the world. And what have they done? Possibly risked the health of babies in the global south.
A food that is cooked and kept for months on end on the shop shelf and you just wet it and you eat it, you think that's the best food to give to your child? Please understand, if anybody wants to cook in 2 minutes for their children, I think it's irresponsible. For thousands of years, the yogic systems have told you, if you consume something, if you cook something, within an hour and a half you must consume. You consume food which has been cooked 3 months ago, 8 months ago, because somebody markets and says this is the best thing to eat, well, you lost all your sense and you've given your sense to marketing forces. You must understand, human consciousness should shape the commerce on this planet. Right now, commerce is shaping the human consciousness in this planet. That will lead to a disastrous situation. In the yogic culture, we classify foods into 3 categories: positive pranic food, negative pranic food and zero pranic food. Positive prana means it adds a certain pranic energy to the system when you consume. Negative prana takes away energy from the system. Zero neither adds nor takes away, it's eaten for taste and lethargy. So, if you eat positive pranic food, energy will reverberate in a dynamic way.
So daily consumption of honey can do a lot, especially if you have growing children. They must consume honey on a daily basis. It'll do a lot for the development of their intelligence and everything, even the ash god. Ash god and honey together will make a wonderful diet for children in terms of enhancing their intellectual capabilities.
If you consume a glass of ash god juice every day, the number of cancerous cells in your body will dramatically come down and you will see clearly the sharpness of your intellect will enhance itself.
Especially children must drink ash god juice. Daily consumption of ash god, you will see distinctly your mind seems to be clearer and sharper. This will be noticeable within a few weeks of consumption of ash god. You will see, morning you drink coffee, it gives you energy with agitation. You drink a glass of ash god juice, it gives you enormous amount of energy. At the same time, it keeps you very calm. One should consume it as much as you can. But those of you who are asthmatic, who are susceptible to colds and coughs, such people, if you consume ash god juice, you may immediately have colds because it cools the system. So if such a problem is there, such people should always add a little bit of honey or pepper to ash god juice and consume it. This will neutralize the cooling effect of the ash god to some extent.
So fruit can do miraculous things to the body. Sufficient consumption of fruit can do great things to the system. So if you go on a total fruit diet, stomach will feel empty within 2 hours' time. So you must get used to hanging on with high energy but empty stomach. This is the time your brain works best. This is the time as a human being you function best, it'll be good for you. So if you want to use your brain power and also physical activity, it'll work perfectly well. Especially in today's world, it's very important because we value a human being, in the work areas I'm saying. We value a human being for their brain power, not their brawn power. So, but this fruit will make a huge difference for sure. And this is of course almonds. This is a little, again, a walnut, which is, the benefits of the nuts. And it's very important, the almond is soaked and this is peeled, because these kind of nuts have their own mechanism of self-defense. The moment you soak it in water, now the seed believes that it's going to be planted. We're going to disappoint him, but it believes that it's going to be planted and he's going to sprout and become a big tree and he's got his own dreams. So when you sprout, what he does is, there is a certain carcinogenic chemical within the nut which comes to the surface just beneath the skin, so that insects will not eat him up. Worms and insects will not attack at that time. So you soak it to give him a feeling that he's going to grow, and then peel it off, then you will see that carcinogenic is gone. Otherwise, when you eat an almond, you are eating that carcinogenic part without knowing that you're consuming it. When we were eating for survival, we ate whatever we could lay our hands on. Now that we have choices, we have to choose what's best for the body. If we don't choose like this, then we will somehow live and go. All these things are relevant only for those people who are constantly striving how to better their life, how to perform little better, how to open up another dimension of life. If these concerns are there, then what kind of food or fuel you put into this machine is very important.